for joining me today. I'm so excited. I've got Lesline coming on with me, an inspirational speaker, and we are going to be going through some sound bowls, meditation, mindfulness. This is going to be incredible. I am going to add her right now into this. Every time. Thank you so much. Here we go. I'm just going to add Lesline on. Here we go. And we are going to get started.
Recording in progress.
We're all good. Hey, Lesline. How are you?
I'm good. How
are you doing?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm just going to adjust my camera here. All right. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. We have been talking about doing this. Okay. I want to hear, Lesline. Let's just start off before we get into your incredible sound bowls, some meditation guidance, talking as well about some mindfulness. Let's just tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. So, oh, there's feedback.
No worries.
Now is there feedback? No, there isn't. Okay, awesome. Okay, so hi everyone. Yes, my name is Lesline. I'm an inspirational speaker. I use my voice to inspire everybody around me. With that also, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a mom. I'm a nurse. I'm just multi-hyphenated entrepreneur. And today, like Jane said, we're doing a sound bowl meditation. It's for to say we're just going to get a little grounded in our bodies, especially somebody that's a mom who doesn't have time. Being a mom myself, I know my time is very precious. So I like to do stuff quick. And but yeah, so that's me.
Amazing. I'm so excited for this, and thank you so much for joining. Anyone that's hopping on, feel free to share the love, like, comment, anything. This is going to be an exciting, however long we take, honestly, who knows, we'll probably end up chatting for like a half an hour. Okay, so my name's Jane, for anyone that's joining as well, because Leslie, some of your audience will be seeing this. So my name's Jane. I'm a wellness and mindset coach. I love helping women become more aware of what's happening in their life. I love helping them create good habits, find joy in movement, unlock barriers that are going on in their minds, and just making being healthy and active easy. Life should be easy. Things should be easy. When they start getting hard, we don't want to do it. We kind of pull away, right? So my goal is working with women to make it as easy as possible. Okay, I'm excited for this. Let's get into these sound bowls to begin.
Yeah. And I'm going to just show it because I'm going to play it, but I like to show people, like, where's the sound coming from? So this, if you've never heard of a sound bowl before, it's like a crystal bowl. And it helps, this one specifically helps with the heart chakra. Chakras are just words of saying the energy space, energies that we have in our body. So this one is for the heart space. It's something that is near and dear to me, working on my self-love journey. This is actually the first sound bowl that I did buy like last year. So when I play it, you might notice you might feel it more in your heart space. Maybe you feel it somewhere else, but it's supposed to be to just help you give love to yourself so that you can, pour into people. So what I'd like you to do now is sit in your chair, relax. You are against a wall or the back of the chair, lean back in that chair or the wall.
I'm gonna get myself in position here.
Get comfortable. And just allow yourself to get comfortable, like to close your eyes. Do that. If that's not comfortable for you, look down at something that's moving. Or you could stare at me and Jane's pretty face. Just get comfortable. So I'm just going to start playing it. So you're going to hear the sound. And here we go. us to now just focus on our breath. Maybe you place one hand on feeling your heart beating, and then place the other. And we're going to take breaths in through our nose. So here we go. Allowing your belly to expand. And out through your mouth. Do that again. Nose. Out through the mouth. Do that again. Now your nose, let your belly get big. Expand. Expand. Expand a little more. And out through your mouth. And continue to do breath. Just noticing how you're just sitting here for a few more. Breathing in. Letting it all go. Go. Good. Let's take one last in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Open your eyes. Now I'm a little better.
I love that. So what are some with the sound bowls, like what are some of the benefits of that? Really, like I mean, obviously I've heard them, I've done yoga practices that had them, but like really what's some of the background on that?
Yeah, so like there's different frequencies, right, with sound. And we like this actually I was talking about recently, like we don't realize like all the noise that we hear, and a lot of that we take in is like negative noise, and then that converts into like negative energy in our bodies. So like sound bowls, the different frequencies, because I have two now, but like sound bowls, the frequencies help just positive energies into your body, is your stress, so that you can be focused on whatever it is. That's like one thing. The reason I started looking at sound therapy because I just wanted to be more with my body. Like the breathing, I love doing by itself, but the sound just helps me, like my nervous system, like, oh, calm down. So that's another thing. Like sound, specifically sound bowls help, like help your I'm losing my train of thought, but help them relax. You have two nervous systems, like the nurse side of me, but you have your parasympathetic nervous system and you have your sympathetic system. So these sound more parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxing, the calm, because a lot of us are in that sympathetic nervous system all the time, fight or flight, which a lot of us are now, we're hearing about more often, great, and we don't want to be that sympathetic all of the time. So this, playing these sounds helps let me relax. So it kicks on the sympathetic nervous system.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I had recently, there's a new sauna and ice bath place that opened up around the corner from me. And a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, I went with a few friends. They mentioned it and I was like, I love the sauna. I love that. So, and they were talking about your nervous system. And when you dip into the ice bath, they basically count, they say stay in for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. They guide you at the beginning. So they're like, breathing. You have to do these breathing exercises because the second you get in, and I was like, can I touch it? And he's like, don't do it and don't touch it until you like plunge in. Basically, it's like a big bathtub, right? Yeah. And so he had us breathing, which is amazing. I was so nervous. Like, I don't know why. Like, I was like so afraid, which is so silly. I'm not afraid of water. Yeah. And then I was afraid of like what was going to happen. And then I got in. So the first dip we did, we stayed in for 2 minutes. He was like really impressed. He's like, this is really good. And but what he did was like, you get in, he tells you, you know, you keep your hands out or keep them close to your body and breathe. And so the second I got in the first time, I was like immediately, you know, you feel that fear. And then, but I'm like channeled myself. I'm like, okay, no, just breathe. And I started to control my breath. And then also he was doing some sound frequency things as well. And I think that just like got my mind in almost like an altered state of mind. Like, and the beauty of when you are in an ice bath is you're in that fight or flight. Like your body is like, your organs are like, what is going on? Your nervous system is going crazy. And you can't really focus on anything else. Like you're like, stay alive, keep breathing, you know? So I was like in there like this, like sitting. And then, but it was amazing. Like when you get out, the like energy that you feel, like your body, like my body was like buzzing. Wow. And then the second dip we went back in the sauna, and we did a second dip only for a minute. He said, we'll only do a minute. But that time when I got in, because I already knew what to expect, it's like I got in, it was so freezing cold, but I was immediately calm. Like it was so weird. I was like, just sat right in and was like, okay, breathe, you know? It was really cool. Like it was really interesting. But no, I love the sound bowls. How often do you practice the sound bowls daily or?
No, being a mom, no. I'm not like, I practice every day, but no, I don't. I wish I could. Right now, I don't. But I use them when when I teach my yoga classes. Like every time now that I teach a yoga class, or if I'm doing any kind of speaking engagement, actually too, I bring this. I bring the bowl and I open up with my bowl because it helps me be relaxed, and I know it also relaxes my audience that I'm speaking to them, or if we're together. So going back to the ice bath though, I've been thinking about it, but I'm scared. That's really awesome. So your first time you did it for the full 2 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like super competitive. So I was with 2 other friends. Thanks for joining. I was with 2 other friends, and I was like, I mean, I was so hyper focused on myself getting through it. I mean, at first I was like, okay, the first 20 seconds are the worst. And then your body just feels like it's very hard to describe the sensations your body goes through. But in my head, I was like, did they get out? Like, I was like, I'm not getting out. Like, it's not happening. Like, I'm going to stay. And then, but also having a coach to guide you is always helpful in everything that we do. You know, our coach guiding us every morning. And it's like having him there, you feel safe. Like he makes you feel so safe, and then just like helps you get into the zone. I can't wait to go back. Like, you could do it for the 2 minutes. It's all about controlling your breath, and 2 minutes goes by like fast. Once you're done a minute, you're like, okay, I can do this. Like, but it's nuts. Like your body just like, when we got out, we took a shower, and then we just sat and drank tea before going back in the sauna, because like our bodies needed like a minute to figure things out.
I do the sauna. Like I love going to the sauna. I like to sweat, so that's something about me. But being cold, it could be like because like my parents are Jamaican, so like I have island blood in me, so I don't know if I can last the 2 minutes. So I'm trying like, but I do. I want to do it. I want to do that full. I'm pretty sure in Florida. So I'm gonna see if they have something like both, because I'm only aware of just saunas. But you know, you don't start not looking for it. So.
Yeah, if you don't have the full experience, like if you can't get the full, like you could kind of make the experience too. Like you could, if you were someone that had a sauna, and then you could do an ice shower. There's like a few places here that have, like you just take a really cold rinse, and then go back in the sun. Like, it's so amazing. I mean, it's great for the circulation in your body. But Leslie, don't let this polar bear skin fool you. I love the heat too. Seriously. I'm like a total beach follower. I need summer. I love the sunshine. I'm always chasing the sun all day long. I'm just like, give me some warmth. Like, so funny. So let's talk a little bit about like mindfulness and maybe like what that means to you and how maybe being more mindful in your life is helping you right now.
Yeah. Mindfulness is, to me, and I keep saying it because it's part of who I am, being a mom. I need to be mindful because I have two little ones. I have a almost 4-year-old and then a 2.5. And it's funny, my two boy and girl, 2.5-year-old daughter. We think she's 2.5 since like the beginning of the year. And anyways, but she's technically now 2.5. Turns 3 in December. Anyway, so both of them are running around, very busy, and now they're asking questions. They're building their personalities. They ask a lot of questions, and sometimes that can be triggering for me. So realizing that, or do something that triggers me, that mindfulness, instead of me just snapping at them and reacting. Like, why did you say that? Why? Like, I have to take, for me, how I say my kids like dump the room or something, they dump the toys everywhere. It's just, if I didn't have mindfulness, I'd just snap at them. I'd be like, why did you do that? Da-da-da. Like, they're kids. Like, I have to have dialogue with myself. Kids, they're having fun. And then so instead of me yelling at them, I'm just, let me help you clean up. Or did you do this instead? But that goes into like parenting stuff. But I have to use mindfulness a lot. Mom, also with my corporate job, just trying not to allow my outside forces. That's pretty much what allowing external things to affect me. Yes, they do affect me, but just like acknowledging how I'm feeling. That's also mindfulness, to acknowledging I don't feel good, and then being like, okay, what can I do about that? If I don't have time to do yoga, but I don't have the time to like do a stretch and move my body, I can practice yoga other ways by breathing. So sometimes I just car before I pick it up and taking a breath. So.
Yeah. No, I love that. And actually, I love that example in life. I think a lot of moms definitely can relate to that. And I feel similar because I'm not a mom, but in life situations where just practicing better awareness of myself and my feelings and my triggers. And I tend to be an extremely, or in my past, I've been a very reactive person. And I've had some situations come up recently that I just didn't react. So I wanted to react, but I said, pause, stop the conversation. I do not need to engage in this. It's almost like, this is not a match to me, but think about what really being why do I get so reactive? I'm obviously being triggered by something of my past. Maybe, I'm seeing history repeat itself or something, right? And it's why am I doing that? So now I'm really being more introspective, taking the time to think about these things, and then having real conversations about it. So it's not about, I'm an argumentative person. No one would think that, but I'm not afraid to argue. Some people steer away from it. Yeah. I'm bring it on. I'm not afraid. I could just shoot things back, but it's that's not necessarily productive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that's helped me so much. And then also I love the breathing that you said too. I went for my morning walk today, and then I'll listen to music or think, and then I try to remember okay, take a moment, sit down, look at the water, today I sat and closed my eyes and the sun was on me and I just was breathing, just taking it in and not being always like, yeah, I'm on my morning walk, but like, why am I on my morning walk? Of course, for movement, but I'm on it for peace of mind, for clarity in my mind. So if I just spend the whole time just like, getting out and focusing on coming home, it's like the spirals, like, we're doing this at 9:30. Like, I literally on my to-do list today had like one, I think morning walk was number one and coffee. And then my second one was talking to you. So I'm like, it's kind of like, these are my priorities for the morning and not always like rushing. But I think it takes like it takes practice and practice to be mindful, to be conscious, actually to even just be open to asking yourself, like, why am I doing this?
Right. And that is you saying that, like, why are you doing this? I also, right before you said that, thought, because I'm guilty of, I'm like a very A student and I can be very problematic sometimes. And with that, it's like a double-edged sword, because then, oh, I didn't journal like the right way, or I didn't meditate the right way, and I'll like judge for that. So like something that I have to work through constantly, releasing that judgment of myself, thanks to our coach Anna, like I forgive myself for judging myself for blah blah blah, and creating a new truth, and like creating that. I have to do this like every other day, okay? Like I have to say these things to myself or journal, because that can be a block when it comes to trying to practice mindfulness. You'll be, well, I can't practice mindfulness because like I have all these kids and I have a job and I'm married and I'm this and that, and you're putting all of this in like story and discrediting yourself, not allowing yourself to have that 1 minute, even if it's 1 minute, that you just like be mindful of yourself and how you're feeling. So I say just like judgment can come up if you hear this, if you're hearing this conversation. Yeah, that's not for me. I can't do that. Leslie. Like really sit with yourself, even if it's in the shower. Notice I'm saying I'm a mom, and it can be, and the people I speak to are moms, like, because I know when I hear conversations practicing mindfulness, but when I do it, so I like to really give examples. Shower, if you're in the by yourself, get that opportunity. Sometimes you can.
Yeah.
So just being aware of your thoughts. That's also mindfulness, which we with. She helps us with that a lot. Being aware of what you're saying to yourself, because you notice how I was like, well, I have all these kids, I have a job, I'm married. When am I gonna make time for myself? Everybody else takes my time. It's like, whoa, 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 like stop right there. Like you have to put yourself first so that you can pour into everybody else. Because if you're not able to pour into yourself first, then even if you're not a mom, you're going to be directed towards your friends. You're going to be directed towards, your parents, whoever is in your life. So it's really important to just, check in with. I say all that long-winded for that part.
No, that's amazing. And you know what? I think that's like a great takeaway for anyone that's been listening. So like Leslie mentioned, we have the same coach, and she taught us about when early on, like when we're judging ourselves, we judge ourselves for a lot of things, for being angry, sad, frustrated. We judge ourselves every single day. And I also, when I was feeling really, when I was trying not to react in a situation, okay, so in that situation, I chose not to react, but I was like stewing on it all day. So I was not talking about it because I needed to collect my thoughts and I wanted to like really like understand my emotions behind it. But I stewed on it all freaking day, and I'm that type of person. But it was interesting because when I went on my walk, so this whole concept of new truth is you identify a judgment you have. So you're like, I'm judging myself for, I forgive myself for judging myself that I am letting this situation and circumstance ruin my Sunday. Like I'm letting it eat me alive inside. And then, however, we add a new truth to that. But my new truth is like, I'm learning to internalize my feelings and I'm learning to let things go. And it's like, just because I couldn't let that go fully that day, at least identifying this new truth is practice, right? Like that's really all we can do.
Yeah.
No, this is absolutely so good. Lesline, I'd love for you to share how people can connect with you, what you've got going on, because I know you've got a lot of amazing things.
Yeah, I have my website, leslinepittman.com. That's where you can find everything about me. And I specifically speak to moms. So if you're a mom, a new mom, been in the mom game for a long time, and you're overwhelmed, I use powerful mindset tools, sound healing, which is what we just did, breath work and movement to help you get back to yourself in whatever capacity that means. And I have a 12-week program where you work with me, and I give you step by step of what to do, because I know that can be also overwhelming. You scroll social media, you see everybody talking like, do this, that. Okay, grab a little from this person, grab a little from that person. But for my 12-week program, I give you step by step of mindset tools. I give you recipe, all of that great stuff in there. So that's one work with. I also have a virtual yoga video. So once my virtual yoga studio, and we go there. And then if you're local, Orlando, I'm having a yoga class at Natural Vibes. It's on Edgewater. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. But if you go on my website, you'll see all of the things of how I can work with you. And
amazing. I love it. And I will have all of her details tagged in the description here. And for anyone that wants to learn more about what I'm doing, I also have a 12-week Empower program. So the waitlist is open for that. I love helping women make being healthy and active easier. So if you feel like it's a struggle and really hard, I will help guide you and coach you on your mindset and get you finding joy in movement and creating good habits. And also something new that I'm doing is wellness workshops. So they're wellness and mindset workshops. So helping you within just an hour make mindset shifts and working with organizations. So if your company, if you might own a company or you work for a company that cares about mental health, that is trying to come up with new little social and fun things to do with their employees, hit me up, because I've got these incredible wellness workshops. I'm planning them right now. I'm scheduling them over the next month. So if this is something that interests you, reach out. Leslie, I want to thank you. You're amazing. This was beautiful today. We got to do more of these. This is amazing.
Yes, it was a good time. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you later.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.